Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. First, before we hop into the action today, I want to thank Omaze for sponsoring today's video, but we'll get into that a little bit later. I'm out here about to launch at the James River here out of Osborne Landing. It is a beautiful day, we'll say. Now it's pretty nasty. It's 45 degrees out, raining, and obviously very overcast. Pretty gloomy looking day, but I think we'll be able to get out here and hopefully catch a couple fish. Gonna get the boat ready, launch it, and we're gonna get after it. Let's go. So we've got about 2 hours till low tide, and they always say fishing the last 2 hours of outgoing, the first 2 hours of incoming are good. So hopefully today we'll be able to catch a couple fish. Oh, I just saw a fish come off of that piece of wood and eat the crawl. Thought he had it. It was like as soon as it hit too. That was cool. All right. That was sick. It like landed right there. I popped it, and as soon as I popped it, I saw this flash. It wasn't big. It was probably like a pound. Jeez, chill, bud. That's probably him right there. There we go, guys. First fish of the day. 12 inches or so. Not a bad fish. Good way to start it off right there. Throwing a Texas rigged Hoss craw from Ketchco. Pretty sure this is like the Alabama crawl color. I do really well with this color and this bait. Throwing it with like an 1/8 ounce tungsten weight, pegged. See if there's anything else there too. A 50.66 degree water temp. Oh, number 2. That one fought like a wet sock. He didn't even fight. He's cold. Right off of that dock. A little bit bigger than the first one. It's probably 14 inches. Got a little lip ring. Just dragging the crawl this time. Was down there for a little while. I've thrown the jerkbait and the crankbait and the chatterbait a little bit. I really think with the current conditions, it just feels like kind of a slow drag kind of day. Super gloomy. Water's getting really cold. All the fish that I've seen have been on the bottom. Even though that first fish that I caught reacted really fast to the bait and like flew over the log to get it. I think unless I'm landing it right on their head, they're not going to be moving too much. Stop real quick at this outflow. It's like a hot water outflow too. 4 degrees warmer right here. Throwing that little jerkbait around. Threw the Ned rig through it. No luck. Such a good looking spot though. Alright guys, I want to take a minute and thank today's sponsor, Omaze. Omaze gives away one-of-a-kind prizes and experiences while donating to chosen charities all across the world. Their sustainable approach to fundraising means that nonprofits can spend less time and money raising funds and spend more time serving their communities. Omaze is giving you a chance to win an Airstream Interstate 24X with every donation supporting the Jimmy Johnson Foundation. The Jimmy Johnson Foundation is dedicated to supporting children, families, and communities in need throughout the United United States. The foundation currently focuses on funding K through 12 public education, primarily through their Champions Grant program. Don't get me wrong, I love my van in the build, but the Airstream Interstate 24X is on another level. You can score a custom configurable coach that blends luxury amenities with off-road capability. It has a max seating for 6, sleeps 2, and a fully customizable cabin that suits any scenario. Whether you're mountain biking, surfing, fishing, or exploring off-road, you'll feel at home in the Interstate 24X. Not to mention the air ride suspension, 6 all-terrain tires, 42-inch LED light bar, 13,500 BTU air conditioner, 2 exterior wash stations, expansive solar power, kitchen and 2 burner cooktop, a microwave, energy efficient all-electric refrigerator, freezer, bathroom with a shower and toilet, a sink, solar power, side awning, and a fully configurable bed. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't slightly envious of whoever wins that van, but for your chance to win the Interstate 24X, make sure you go over to omaze.com/sbfishingtv for your chance to win and support the Jimmy Johnson Foundation. And if you end up with the Interstate 24X, let me know. Tell me when we're going on our first trip. Thanks again to Omaze for sponsoring today's video. Let's get back out on the water. So let me explain. Yesterday, I fished, it was dark when I got off the water. I only caught 3 fish. The first 2 really quick within the first 20 minutes of fishing. I got to the mouth of that creek, caught the one on the Texas rig, and I went to the back of the creek, I caught one on the dock, and then the rest of the day I ran around. I fished jerkbait, spinnerbait, swim bait, drop shot. I threw the Texas rig around more, I threw a jig. I basically ran down the list and didn't get another bite until I came back to the same spot at the end of the night and I caught 1 more fish. So I'm feeling pretty defeated, and this morning I got up at 6 a.m. to get back out here and fish all day and kind of try to get on a couple more bites, and it was only 26 degrees or something. So I slept in, I woke up at 8 and we're back out here. So feeling defeated. Hopefully today we'll be able to figure something out and catch a couple more fish. It's definitely cold out here. Cold and windy. Fire. Yesterday, I think one of my main problems was that it was like slick calm. And once the tide went out, there was like very little movement in some of the areas I was fishing. I was seeing a bunch of fish and I just could not get them to eat. It was so tough. And while today, we're fishing through a cold front, we might get lucky because there's a little bit of wind now, and that might be able to trick some of these fish into eating. Oh. Fish? Yeah. Oh, decent one. There we go. There we go. That's a decent fish. That makes me happy I came out today. Probably 1.75 pounds, pushing 2. See you, buddy. Awesome. I just got up into this pit, and I've never fished in here before. It's not super deep or anything. I'm fishing 5 to 6 feet. And I started throwing the jerkbait around, threw that spinnerbait around when I was out in the wind. And then when I got up against this bank, it's protected from the wind. It's got a bunch of rock on the shoreline and coming into the water too, with a bit of wood mixed in. I picked up this Ned rig. That color is called the Deal. Just looks like a little shad. And just casting it out, slowly dragging it back to the boat. That fish picked it up. That makes me happy. This time of year, especially like fishing a cold front like right now. So I feel like the fish are going to be relating a lot more to cover today, and definitely rocky banks. That's like a big thing when it's cold for me, is like fishing rock, because especially on sunny days like this, it's going to retain the heat better than anything else. Rock or wood, or any sort of cover is always good because it's going to keep a little bit of warmth. Those are areas I always look for when I'm out on these cold winter days. Water temp today is 48.7, 2 degrees colder than yesterday. Ooh, got him. What do we got? It's a giant. Oh, just a piece of wood. Got him. Ooh, right at the boat. Crankbait. All right. Well, I've not caught very many fish in this video, but at least they're getting bigger every time. It's a 2-pounder. Solid. Man, I've put in the time, and I think this is fish number 5 in 2 days. See ya. Finally got one on a moving bait. This is a Spro Little John MD. Dives like 7 to 9 feet, I believe. That fish was way off of this little secondary point. I mean, that ate it at the boat. I was bringing the crankbait up and I felt some tap, tap, tap. Oh, giant crappie. It's a pretty solid crappie right there on the Ned. Nice. Yeah. Another solid one. I've fished this tree 3 times over the last 2 days. It's out in like 14 feet of water. Solid fish on the Ned. That was the first fish I've gotten off of it. That one feels a little bigger. Oh, yes. All right. All right. Chunky. 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 Oh man, this fish is all beat up. Pretty one though. Finally getting on some fish. This one's a little football. Awesome. Another 2 1/4 pounder probably. So sick. Basically just fishing off of this bank at about 14 feet and casting up anytime I see a tree on the live scope, just kind of looking for any kind of wood or any cover really. Oh boy, it's getting fun. Figuring some of these fish out. I'm fishing out on the main river too. That's really the only thing that I've changed over the last 3 fish. Yeah, I've been fishing a lot in these little guts and in the pits. Hadn't spent much time on the main river. Another healthy one. Guess I should have spent more time out on the main river. That is definitely not a crappie. I think it's a catfish. Yeah, cat. Yep. I'm calling it. I'll see you guys back at the van. Got everything packed up. It's been a long 2 days. Definitely spent at least 12 hours, no, probably closer to 14 hours the last 2 days out here on the river. It wasn't the best, but we definitely learned a lot and we caught some fish. Today was definitely better than yesterday, even though it was significantly colder and windier. But I'm glad that we were able to figure something out. I really think getting out of those guts and out of the pits helped me out a lot, getting onto the main river and fishing a little bit deeper, even though I hadn't caught anything deep really up until this afternoon. So I'm glad I was able to figure something out. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, huge thanks again to Omaze. Don't forget to click that link down in the description below and go win yourself that awesome Interstate 24X. I'm gonna go defrost. I'll see you guys soon.